Let's just find your seats. So nice to be with all of you again. Let's find a comfortable seat. So whatever that looks like for you. And if it feels right, you might prop the hips up on a blanket, or a bolster, pillow even. And then just start to grow a longer, taller spine. And even before going inward, because I know that's on where we're going, let's just take a moment to become present in the space that you're in. So just even looking around, and yeah, room in a space that you're in all the time, but can you just look and actually see? So you might see a table and acknowledge table. Now, as you scan around the room, let's not use it as a time to judge or critique ourselves. Say if it's a little messy or something's out of place. Just notice what you notice. And don't forget to look behind you as well as above you. And as you feel ready, you can settle in and feel free to leave the eyes open for a bit, or you can close them, whichever feels better. I want you to just tune into your space as far as sound goes. Notice the sounds around you near and far. You might just shift into feeling the air on your skin. Again, no judgments, no critique, no changing, no fixing, just being exactly where you are with an open heart. And then just taking a moment to expand your energy into your space. And then shifting that awareness from the outside world to the inside world. You start to move to inside the body. You might just notice whatever there is to notice. Exploring the sensations in the body, the connection of the body to the earth. Moving through the physical body, just washing your awareness around the head, down the neck and shoulders, arms, hands, throughout the torso, and through the legs. And just noticing what you're coming into your practice with on a physical level. And as we continue to explore our internal landscape, just touch base with what's happening with the mental body. How's the mind? Is it busy? Is it active? Is it stuck on some thought from earlier or something that might happen later? And just letting yourself be here now and notice what is the activity of the mind. And maybe it's quite still. And then shifting to your heart center and noticing what's happening with your emotional body. Noticing if there's any sensation around the heart space, sensation of openness or tightness, warm or cold, whatever it is, there's no judgments or labels, it just is what it is, and the one thing we know that it will likely change. And as we continue to go in deeper, let's just connect to our breath as it is. So just watch it. Watch it as it enters and watch it as it exits. Follow the breath as it comes in, moves deeper into the torso, and as it goes out. Notice what's moving in the body as a result of the breath. And then just welcome a little more intention behind the breath. Pull it in through the nostrils, pull it a little deeper down into the belly. Find a nice expansion and lift as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, let the belly button melt back towards the spine, and even let the breath grow a little longer and slower as you exhale. Stay with this intentional breath of full inhale, long, slow exhale. Just signal to the body and the mind and the heart that it's safe, and you can be calm. And it's time to slow down a bit. As you stay tuned in with this breath, long, slow, juicy exhales. If you notice anything's clenching, like the jaw or the forehead, you might start by giving it some permission to release. Parting the back teeth and parting the lips can help release the jaw. Take another couple of breaths here, and as we breathe intentionally in with slow, soft exhale, you just start to ask yourself what it is you'd like to work with today as far as an intention. And that might come clear to you with one word, or maybe it doesn't come clear at all. Maybe nothing comes up, and that's okay. It might come up for you later. You can just always have the intention of bringing in whatever is best for your highest good. As you feel ready, let's bring the palms together in front of the heart. Sit up nice and tall, let the shoulders roll back, find some more length in the spine. Ground down through the tailbone, but then breathe space between each vertebra, letting the crown of the head float up towards the heavens. Let's begin together with a cleansing breath. Nice full inhale. Big, audible, open mouth exhale. As you feel ready, just releasing hands to the knees or the thighs. Come to lay on your back. Take your time coming to your back. Make sure that above your head is a little bit of space, because we're going to use the space with our arms. And as you make your way to your back, just take your time getting settled there. Let there be a little space between the legs, let the arms rest wherever they land. Let's just take a few moments to drop in here. Important to take time to ground intentionally. You'll feel all the points of connection between your body and the earth. Feel the sensations between your body and what's supporting you. Feel your breath moving gently and with ease. Let's take a nice big belly breath here, big inhale. As you exhale, just let the whole body melt into the earth. As you're ready, you might stretch the arms overhead. So if that works for your shoulders, and you might bend the elbows, grab the elbows, clasping elbows, and let the elbows and shoulders draw heavy to the floor. So if that doesn't work for your shoulders for any reason, you can find a wide V, or even let the arms rest down by your side if that's better for you. And then with the arms resting overhead, again, make sure they're surrendered to the floor. And if that doesn't happen for you, find the wide V instead. And then bring the legs together. We're going to glue the hips down to the floor. We're going to take the upper body and shimmy it over to the right. And then keeping the hips rooted on the floor, we'll shimmy the legs over to the right, coming into banana asana. So the hips stay grounded. The shoulders stay grounded. And you find a nice big opening in the left side of the body, from the hips to the armpit, maybe down the leg, maybe up the arm. Both shoulders and both elbows should be heavy to the floor. So if you find yourself lifting on one side, adjust yourself so that arm can be heavy down to the ground. And same with the hips. Take a nice deep breath into the left side of the body. Big inhale, filling up that whole left side. Big, soft, smooth exhale. If there is an intention that you're working with, you might choose to bring that in on the breath. So letting the breath carry that intention into the left side of your body. If you choose now or in a little bit that you want to deepen this, you would take the left foot and cross it over, excuse me, the left foot and cross it over the right ankle, keeping both legs straight, just getting it a little deeper. Staying your breath as you watch the body start to surrender and unfold. And remember, you can always take it a little deeper by just shimmying the upper body over a little further or shimmying the legs over a little further. As you settle in, feeling the support of the earth, feeling the new sensations of the openings in your body, breathe mindfully and intentionally. Welcoming the exhale to become longer than the inhale. Washing through the bodies as you witness what's happening in this shape. Washing through the bodies, the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body. Not looking for anything. Just being there, witnessing the bodies receive this shape, receive this moment. Softening, allowing. And of course, if the mind is wandering and busy, bring it back to your breath, bring it back to your body, or give it a job. Maybe it's not ready for this yet. Maybe it's not ready for stillness. You just tell the mind to start to count the length of the breath, counting the length of the inhale, and counting the length of the exhale. Just giving the mind a little jog. Being the witness to each moment as it unfolds. Begin to welcome a nice deep full inhale. big exhale. Very gently make the legs, bring them center, or what you believe to be center. And then let the arms come down as you shimmy the upper body back to center. And take a moment in center. And just take a breath there and feel the body receive that lingering posture. Feel free to stay for a while longer in stillness, or if your body's craving some movement, you can always do what your body asks, but I'll always make a suggestion that you can follow as well. Just remembering this is your practice, so you do you. You might choose to bring the knees into the chest and give yourself a gentle rock and roll from side to side. Stay present and connected, as the transitions are just as important as the postures themselves. They may even be more important. When you feel ready, you'll extend the legs long again. You'll reach the arms overhead. If you did before, you clasp the elbows. Try to clasp the opposite way. So it'd be the uncomfortable, or maybe the way you didn't naturally do it. Go the opposite way. And then plug the hips into the floor, and we'll shimmy the upper body over to the left, creating a nice C curve in the spine, keeping shoulders and elbows to the floor. Remember, you can always find a wide V or release the arms down by your side if that's better in your body. And then the hips stay grounded, and we take the legs and shimmy them over to the left, one leg at a time. And just move to the point where you start to feel. And deciphering that sensation is just sensation versus pain. Remembering pain is shooting, tingling, numbness. You don't want that, so you'd want to back off a little bit. But sensation, that's welcome. And then allow yourself to breathe. Breathe in with intention, whatever you're working with today. Is a specific intention, or even again, just inviting the intention of bringing in whatever's best for my highest good. Breathe it in and receive it with each exhale. Allowing the jaw to surrender by parting the back teeth, parting the lips, letting face muscles release and melt. And allowing the tongue to drop down from the roof of the mouth. And noticing sometimes these things have to happen over and over and over again, and that's okay. Just keep bringing yourself back and reminding yourself that it's in a safe space and it's time to let go. Where you can cross right ankle over left if you want to deepen the experience, either now or later. Moving in the experience of love and healing. Feel it enter each area that you experience sensation. And then exhaling, releasing, letting go. Letting go of what is not yours, what is not serving you, what you may not need anymore. Is it lingering about? Is your mind holding on to it and gripping? You allow a little deeper release each exhale. Witnessing if the mind is wandering, what it's saying. Not listening to what it's saying, but witnessing the experience of the mind. If it feels the need to tell you stories, witnessing how just being shows up for you in this moment. Just welcome 2 or 3 unhurried, deep belly breaths. When you feel ready, just allow the body to gently shift back to center. Letting the upper body come to center, the legs come to center, and the arms come to rest down by your side. And just feel and receive that posture. Receive the moment, however it shows up for you. You always have your breath to help you work with the moment if it shows up in a way that maybe is a little uncomfortable. Bringing in movement if you'd like, a little rolling on the back, bringing the knees to the chest. Maybe tune in, feel each micro movement, feel each point of connection between the body and the earth, reminded that you are supported. Either stay or let the legs come long. We'll just take a nice big breath together. Big full inhale. Let it all go with the exhale. You'll take your time, staying connected inward as best you can, and make your way up to sitting. Please come up slowly and mindfully, and stay connected inward. And whenever you do make your way up, you'll just take a moment to pause in your seat. Just adjusting to being upright, feeling the floor underneath you. Reconnecting to your breath. As you feel ready, we'll extend the right leg out to the side. I'll mirror you. Right leg out to the side. Flex that foot. If the moment you do this, you start to kind of roll backwards, you might put a blanket underneath your sitting bones. That'll help tilt the pelvis forward a bit. And then once you're here, if you do notice that you're kind of falling into that bent knee, you might take a blanket or a block or a pillow and just place it underneath that knee or thigh a little bit. Just so you get both sitting bones rooted to the floor. And then flexing your right foot. Just check in, notice how this feels. Notice what you feel. And if you'd like more, you'll start to walk the hands forward, hinging from the hips. Not going to the place of as deep as possible. Just going to a little bit inward so you can feel just a little bit of that stretch. And it will take time to melt inward deeper, and I suggest if you have a bolster, you might place that in front of you, some pillows. You can always lift the bolster with a block underneath it to rest your chest. You can even come to one cheek, and I'll let you know when to switch cheeks, just to keep the neck happy. So remembering, as you settle in with your breath, your body, you can always move your props so you can drop in deeper. You don't need to go as deep as possible right now. And then let the arms stretch out. If it feels good, really stretch the fingertips forward to get a nice opening in the side body as well. But make sure the shoulders are relaxed down. So maybe bending the elbows to indicate to the shoulders that they can be relaxed. Keeping the tailbone grounded. Even imagining the extension of the tailbone going into the earth to stabilize you, give you your firm foundation. And feel the breath move through the back body, expanding and softening. And feel the softness around the heart center as you fold forward and go inward. Allowing shoulders to release away from the ears. Making adjustments as you choose and as you may need. Remembering you're the only one who knows your body communicating to you. Allowing your breath to be your anchor. And when you feel like you've left, use your breath to bring you back. Just witness the unraveling in the body. And the unraveling is actually not falling apart, but really bringing yourself back together. Letting go of what's not yours. It's not your divine essence. Releasing it with every exhale as you soften, surrender into the support you've created for yourself. Very carefully, switch cheeks if you're resting on one side of your head. Take it slow and even notice the sensations, the change. Even if the new side isn't very comfortable, let yourself soften to it. And of course, offer any new support or adjustments, allowing yourself to drop in deeper. Perhaps bringing in the intention, allowing it to fill the body, especially the places you feel the sensations. Just breathe in, sending good energy in, and letting go of what you don't need. Without changing anything, just start to welcome a fuller breath. As the inhale increases, feel how the body receives that experience. And begin to root your palms to the earth. And slowly, gently use your hands to press the earth away as you roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time, as long as that feels okay in your body. Let the head come up last, shoulders roll back. And just take a moment inward here, upright. Stay connected. Feel the body. Unite in this moment. Feel your breath around you. Carefully, you might take the arms behind you. You might bend the knees, help the legs out if they need it. Take the feet wide. A little gentle windshield wiper might be nice. Suggest squeezing shoulder blades together. Lift the heart. Counter that forward folding action. And of course, linger in any place that feels like it wants to be lingered in, or find any shape that feels like it'll serve you well. Again, that can be stillness always. Take another few moments to give yourself whatever it is that you need. When you feel ready, you'll bend the right leg and take the left leg long. So granted, we just did this on the other side. This is a whole different side. So it might be a whole different experience. Flex the foot, check in with your sitting bones, make sure both are rooted down, otherwise put something underneath your knee or thigh. And then lengthen up through the spine, just see where you're at. If you choose, you can start to hinge forward a little bit. Go inward. Be curious. Don't jump to the destination. Just be curious about the journey. Check out where you are. Maybe you don't linger here like you normally would, or maybe you do linger here longer than you normally would. Let this be a complete unique experience, even though you've all surely done this posture a zillion times. See how you can read it like a beginner, first time. Eventually, once you do find your way to that support, let your head rest, if you like, on one cheek. And check things out. Remind yourself, I am here now, home in my body, my home, here, now. Feel the energy of the breath, divine healing flowing in and out, and your willingness to show up and receive each moment with whatever gifts it has for you. And those gifts often are in disguise as discomfort. You can breathe, you can receive, you can allow. Curious to the experience that you're having. You're noticing a lot of sensation. Notice where it begins and where it ends. Explore it a little bit. Don't run from it. Don't try to change it. Just be with it and allow. Notice what's happening for you in this experience. How can you wrap yourself with a little more kindness? You invite in kinder thoughts. If you're on one cheek, be sure to switch to the other cheek very carefully. Notice where your breath is going. Reminding yourself that you are home in your body, right here, right now. Acceptance, and love, and compassion. Without changing anything, you just welcome a fuller breath. You witness that fuller breath in this moment. Notice breath, notice the experience of receiving that fuller inhale, more complete exhale. And as that bigger, longer inhale starts to bring a little bit of energy in, start to ground the palms, slowly press yourself up. Come out of this posture slowly, let the head come up last. Stay connected inward as you roll the shoulders, allowing the heart to open. Feel what you feel as you arrive. Give yourself a moment. Or give yourself several moments. You feel free to stay or find a little bit of movement. Just move some of the energy around. So whatever's intuitive to you, or you can reach back, roll the shoulders together, open the heart, and windshield wiper the legs. Maybe a little movement with the neck will feel good. We'll get a little neck movement in the next one, okay? So whatever your experience is, be with it. Stay present, stay inside. Then we'll be moving our props out of the way. You can grab a block if you have one. If you don't have a block, something that pile of books or even a few pillows could potentially work. Take the block with you. We're going to move onto our bellies. It might be a little hard to see because I've got black pants on and a black mat, so we'll see how that goes, but I don't think you need to see my legs very much. So come down onto your belly, and before we even move, just rest in a way that feels good and comfortable to you. The arms are stacked, let the body surrender. You might start to feel the glutes unravel, feel the connection of the breathing belly to the earth. Just our unhurried breath here. We'll make our way into Sphinx. I'm going to show you a few things that we're going to do from Sphinx. So with Sphinx, you want your forearms parallel to one another. You want your elbows under or slightly in front of the shoulders. Palms are to the floor. You can spread the fingers wide. And then start to pull the floor towards you. Shoulders go back. Crown of the head lifts. You might tuck the chin a little bit. So if this is too much on your low back, you might start by pulling the low tummy in, which will drag the tailbone towards the heels. If that does it for you, then keep pulling that low tummy in and stay there. If it's too much, let the elbows go wider, which takes you down a little deeper. The elbows keep going wide. You can even rest the chin on double fists or stacked hands if that's what works in your body today. As you hang out in Sphinx, I'm just going to give you a couple of options that I'll talk you through as we move, but now you'll know where we're going. So you can always hang out here the whole time. You can, on my cue, so I can time it, extend your knee to the side. Let your knee come as high as your hip, no higher than your hip though. Let the heel, or the ankle rather, float below the knee, and the shin kind of pushes away from you towards the wall to your right, letting your pelvis melt to the floor. And then while staying in Sphinx, upper body opens as the pelvis melts to the floor, opening up that hip and psoas. And when on cue, you can bring it back and do the other side. Then the other option that you can do at any point, hands would go a little bit wider, and then press down and straighten those arms, bringing you up into seal, which is a little more intense for sure. And if you decide that that's too much and you want to come back in, just bring the elbows in, the hands in. And of course, if you need a little support for the neck, it's okay to use your block to just rest your forehead on. This is really all about the low back, but I like to make it more about the heart opening and the crown chakra opening. So if you do drop your head, that's fine. That's just what you need today, so it's perfect. If you can keep it up, with the eyes closed or soft to the floor, heart opens, crown of the head lifted, jaw soft, face soft. And the back teeth part, the tongue drops down. Breathe into your heart space like a headlamp. Let it shine. And not just shining forward, let it shine inward also. A gentle movement might feel good. You can practice a little half neck circles if you want to explore a little bit. So we'll stay here for a period of time, and then I'll give you the option to lift the leg, and you can take it or leave it. Wherever you are, let's breathe in nice and full. Breathe out, sharing some goodness with others, sending it out through your heart space. There's plenty of people who could use a practice like this, but they'll give themselves this gift. So maybe with your exhale, be willing to share. Maybe it's with somebody specific, or maybe it's not anybody you know. in the glutes. Checking in with the shoulders. If you would like, you may choose to bend the right knee, bring it out to the side, and to the point that feels safe for you, no higher than the hip. And then give the hips a very gentle shimmy to wiggle that right hip and pelvis down towards the floor as the right shin moves further away from you. And continue to breathe. What can you bring into your heart space? And then are you willing to share some of that with somebody else? Notice the conversation if this gets uncomfortable or challenging. If you lifted your right leg, you might send it back very carefully to meet the other. And then extend the leg out to the side, bringing the knee no higher than your hip. Give yourself a little shimmy to settle deeper in, pushing the shin closer to the wall to the left. Let the lips part and the tongue drop down. If you have that knee up, go ahead and gently press it back to meet your right leg. You can take a few more moments here, reminding yourself that you are coming home to your body, to yourself, to the beauty and the wisdom that lives within. Before exiting, just welcome a nice full breath wherever you are. Even if you've already come out of bed, it's okay. Another big inhale and a big exhale. And slowly let the elbows come wider, wider and wider, letting the chest rest to the floor, rest on one cheek, and just feel the energy, the sensations, the body releasing that shape. And before changing anything, when you feel ready, just welcome a deeper breath, breathing into the low, low back. Big full inhales, bringing in, filling the space with goodness, filling it with all the healing and the love and the support. Feel free to stay here longer, or when you're ready, you might Press yourself to hands and knees for a little cat-cow or a little big bear, which is essentially just some organic stretching movement on all fours. A little tail wag might feel right. You can even take a little pit stop in child's pose. Just take a few breaths. Give yourself what it is you need. Listening inside the body, more so than inside the head. Stay connected with the breath, letting that ground you. You feel the body reconnect, release. Feel yourself coming home. When you are ready, make your way around and onto your back. You might just take a few moments to chill and let the spine realign. You might want to have some props handy. You're going to come into some twists, so you might want a little support. But once you get back down onto your back, just take a nice full breath and feel the spine unravel to the support of the floor. Now we'll bring the feet together. And let's take the left knee into the chest. Go ahead and grab your hands around the knee or the thigh, wherever you can reach. And then you might pull that knee in a little bit. Just take a nice full breath there. One more big inhale, one more big exhale. And then you'll take the right hand on the left knee. Let the left arm come out wide from your shoulder, palm face up. You're going to guide the knee across the midline over to the other side. Let the hip lift off the ground. And then the knee can either float if that feels safe for you, or I always love to put my knee on a block or a bolster to keep the alignment in my hips and spine. So your body might enjoy that as well. And then let the right arm drop out, palm face up. Let the gaze go up towards the ceiling if that feels okay for your neck. And if you want to deepen that neck experience, you would look over the left fingertips. And of course, if this twist does not serve you, please do a twist that does. And if the twist doesn't serve you, you can always find something. As you settle into this twist, feel the breath spiral over the spine, all the way down, and all the way up. Let's choose a color that represents whatever you're looking to bring in. Don't think too hard about it. Just go with your intuitive hit. And imagine that color riding your breath. Breathe it in. See it wash over the entire spine. And then as you exhale, you see that color expand from your spine to the rest of the body. As you receive the goodness of that intention. noticing if there's discomfort in an area. Is it something that you can be with? Or is it something that even a subtle shift, like lowering your arms a little, might release? You can always give that to yourself. Honor your needs. Explore, be curious. Breathing that color, that intention into the body. Exhale to receive it. Knowing that intention, that color is coming from the best and brightest version of you. Be willing to let go of whatever may block you from being connected with the divine essence that lives within. So, big breath in, a big breath out. Very carefully guide that left knee back up through center. Go ahead and release it long on the mat, or you can bend both knees. Just take 2 or 3 breaths into a straight supported spine before countering that movement. Breathing to the base of the spine and exhaling. If the body is craving a little bit of movement, feel free. Rock and roll, or a windshield wiper, or even stretching the feet straight up towards the ceiling. When you feel ready, bring the right knee in towards the chest. Grab hold of the knee or the thigh or whatever works for you. Nice full breath there. And then allowing the left hand to guide the knee across the midline. Let the right arm come out wide from the shoulder, no higher than the shoulder, maybe even lower if that feels better on your shoulders. Guide the knee across the midline, and then either let the knee float if that feels good in your body, or support it with a block or a bolster or something. And then letting both arms come out wide, palms facing up, indicating the heart is safe to open. Gaze can be out over the right fingertips if that feels good. Then bring that color in. The color that represents all the goodness that you could use these days. Any support, any healing, any compassion. Breathe it in and let it wash over you with the exhale. to deepen the breath without changing anything but the breath. Witness the body receive that fuller inhale, not complete exhale. Very gently unwinding the body. Letting the leg come long or bending both knees, and just take a nice full breath into the straight supported spine. You might choose to bring the knees into the chest for a little hug, a little rock and roll, or even placing each hand on each kneecap and guiding the knees in circles, either same direction or opposite. And just tune inward. And if you are going in circles, going in the opposite direction, switch it. And then pause. Give yourself a big hug. Really mean it like you're hugging a friend or a loved one. And then when you're ready, just finding your exhale, render the body into Shavasana. Giving yourself whatever support you might need or want, something under the knees or a blanket, or however you prefer to do Shavasana. It can be legs up the wall or up the chair or bed, depending where you are. Legs long. Palms face up as you find a little space. Eyes closing, finding a soft gaze. Just breathing and allowing. Trusting the body is integrating the work from your practice tonight. It's integrating the ability to receive your intention. It's open to connect and channel your highest, most beautiful, amazing version of yourself. As you let go. Let go and surrender to receive. Don't change anything, just notice the stillness inside. Letting the awareness expand to your space, feeling the floor underneath you. And welcoming the fuller breath, gently bringing your breath in deeper into the belly. And out. You start to welcome a little movement by wiggling fingers and toes, and turning wrists and ankles, and making your way into a big stretch, nice full body stretch. You might even open and close the mouth to release the jaw a bit. When you feel ready, roll yourself over to one side. Just take a moment there. Nice big breath in, and let your exhale settle you into the support of Mother Earth. A gentle reminder that you are supported and you are loved. And please use the top arm to press yourself upright. Stay connected inward. Don't even worry about what direction you face when you land. Just come to a seat. And you let the length in the spine grow. And the shoulders roll back a bit so the heart can shine and lift. Just take a nice full breath into yourself, into your being. Please bring the palms together in front of the heart. We'll close our practice together. We'll find a nice cleansing breath, and as we breathe in, just feel into the experience from your practice tonight. And as you breathe out, be willing to share some of that goodness with others. Please join me. Big full inhale. Good, big releasing exhale. Lowering the busy, thinking mind, the grace, wisdom, and beauty that lives within each and every. It was an honor sharing this practice with all of you. So great to see you again. Namaste.